Welcome back into the Water Tower Podcast. With me, as always, is the Mexia Nobodies.
Yes, sir.
Week one has come and gone. We'll recap the Black Cats game versus Westwood and preview week two as they get their home opener against the Fairfield Eagles. We'll also get into some of our local teams, how they did week one and what they have upcoming for their week two schedule. So just looking at week one, right out the gate, you had, a really, really good Westwood team. Not the outcome we wanted, but I think when you look at the positive, man, you got a bunch of young kids out there that they finally got their first varsity experience. I guess we'll start with Wes. What was your, thoughts and takeaways from that game?
I was really optimistic going in. I thought we had a great game plan. But I think when we got out there, the lights were a little bright for the new guys. The game was a little faster for them. Our O-line really struggled, which was kind of surprising. But, like you said, those guys got out there and they got their first taste of it and all that. I hate, we wanted to stay healthy, and that didn't happen. Losing Kale, and then, of course, what happened with Caleb, and I hope that he has a speedy recovery and all that. I hate that for that kid, but, I really was optimistic going in, but the realistic side of me was kind of like, I kind of expected that to happen. Mm-hmm. I'm always going to ride from the boys, Been coaching a lot of those boys since we started tackle football here. Their first time putting pads on was with me and all those guys that coached with me. So I'm always going to ride with them. And I think that blinds me a little bit, to say. But, I thought it'd be a little better. But, Jesus, that kid over there in Westwood's special, man. Yeah. So, there was some positives, like you said. We were in place to make plays, and he's just that much better.
Yep.
Any average quarterback, we probably have a few more sacks. But I think the line struggling like they did was really my biggest, unexpected thing that happened. Mm-hmm. And I know you guys are going to get that cleaned up. Those guys they're good. They have the potential to be a really good O-line, and if they can do what they do, then this Top will have a great year. Aiden will have time and all that. Just watching some of the film I did, I would bet 85% of the time when he was getting the ball, he was already having to make somebody miss. Mm-hmm. So we got to clean that up, and then I think we'll be all right. We got a tough one this coming up week, so it's not going to get any easier. So guys are going to have to grind and all that. Being out there at practice like I was today, the intensity was a lot better. Coaches were really, really, really getting after it. The kids, they seem still motivated, up, ready to get going on this week, like they've moved on. So that's a good thing, and that's like what we've talked about. Just stay positive, stay locked in, and get the district. Mm-hmm. So, it looked good today at practice. We'll see how it goes Friday night. But, the O-line struggling a little bit, and then like I said, just young. We're really young. I looked out there one time, and I think it was 10 of the 11 kids were either juniors or sophomores.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it goes moving forward and all that. But that we got to clean those things up. But moving forward, I'm still pretty optimistic we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we talked about this earlier in the summer, how young this team would be, and I think you really saw that in the game. You saw the youth of this team.
Yeah.
You saw the lack of varsity experience with this team. You go back and watch film, you can see it. You can see it's really not so much that they were getting beat man to man or getting whooped. It was more of just, what is my assignment?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really, it seemed like every play, if you really look at it, you might have had 4 guys do something right, but that one guy, you could tell he didn't go get who he was supposed to get.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dude that was hitting top in the backfield. A lot of times he made a miss, but that was usually your first point of contact, was the guy that you could tell was just left. Someone didn't pick up their man. But the good news with stuff like that, that's fixable. That that can get better as the season goes on. Now you have tape in a real game. Mm-hmm. You have experience of, hey, all our coaches are trying to get everything said. You got all their coaches trying to get everything said. You're hearing all their communication against you. We're trying to get situated. You got the band playing, the crowd. It can be it can be a little overwhelming for some of these young guys. And, I think you saw that. And, you talked about the Bryant kid. That's not an easy task to have your first varsity start against. Like you said, there was a few plays we got in the backfield, and if it's anybody but Kavion Bryant, it's probably a sack.
Right.
There was a point in the game early where worst case scenario, it should have been a pick, but it really had pick six written all over it.
Yeah.
And it just dropped in luck of the draw.
Right.
Ended up in the receiver's hands, and he ended up converting the first down. We lost Kel early in the game. That's one of your guys on offense. He was going to be one of your dudes.
Yeah. And a starting corner.
Yeah. Two-way starter. You lose your receiver, you lose a starting corner. Caleb Molina, we lose him after the very first play of the second half.
Yeah.
He was a starter on defense. He was going to get a lot of snaps on offense. Both those guys right there. Obviously it looks like Caleb's done for the season. Kel, I don't know. But losing those two, especially Kel early, that can change up your whole offensive game plan of what you want to do. Because, in my opinion, it's top, and then Kel's probably your next go-to guy.
Yeah.
So boom, it was his second, third touch of the game. Boom, he's out of the game. So that changes things up. But enough about the negative stuff. I did see some positive things. I feel like Cargyle, he looked good. He looked poised. He didn't really have a whole lot of time whenever he would drop back and pass. But I feel like when he did, he looked poised. Like the footwork was there. He was in position to make good throws. He looked good in the running game. Obviously he had a 74-yard touchdown run to start the second half.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't think he could move like that.
He got going, didn't he?
You have a defender have a blowout, pull a hammy trying to catch you. You're moving.
Yeah, he's moving a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think he could move like that, but it was nice to see. I knew he was a tough runner.
Yeah.
But the breakaway speed, that kind of shocked me on that one. Top looked good, like you said. There's a lot of people in his face as soon as he's getting the ball.
Yeah, he can never get going.
Yeah, he made a lot of those guys miss. But man, when your first point of contact is 2-3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, if you make a miss, that's great.
Yeah.
But it throws the timing off of the play, and your chances, getting a yard or two, or you want your 5 or your big play, they're slim. A couple of the young guys I feel like stood out. One for sure was Markavion Boyd.
Yeah,
he really got it going in that second half. I think his first couple carries, you could tell he's a little timid. Kind of tiptoeing.
His first one, he got smoked.
Yeah.
So
especially after that.
Welcome to Friday night, Bubba.
Yeah. But he really got it going the second half. As that game went on, I was really impressed with him. Obviously this is going to be the Steve Miles show this year when it comes to running backs, but I think Markavion Boyd showed flashes of he's going to be your next great Mahale running back that we always seem to find.
Yeah.
I feel like next year, maybe 2 years, like he's really going to be that kid. That's one thing I took away from that game.
Yeah. That you can trust him, and when Top does need a breather, you can go in and we don't miss a beat,
Right, and he's not, obviously he's still young. He's just a sophomore. He's not like that thick of a kid, like Top is. But man, he ran over a couple dudes.
He did.
Like that.
He did.
He was a real tough runner. Like I figured he'd be more of a speed back, but he really showed that you get in front of him. Mm-hmm. You better be ready to tackle him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just looking at that, looking back at that game, like you said, a bunch of young guys, first time getting out there. It's like you mentioned, man. Like you look at, I think Juan Suarez, that was his first, real varsity game. Like he was going to be on varsity last year, had an injury, very early part of the season. So, that was his first time. Keith Dresden hadn't played offense in
probably Pee-wee.
Yeah, probably Pee-wee. So that was his not only first varsity game at offense, but first time playing offense in a long time in a real game. So, and like the mistakes they made, like you said, are very, very fixable. Like as we go on throughout the season, like I feel like you'll see that improvement. I mean, it just naturally is going to happen.
Our secondary too. Like you looked out, and Braylon hadn't even played corner, practiced at corner.
No.
And you look out, and he's having to play corner. You know, Kentrell Connor having to play safety, and his first varsity game, and you're playing that dude with those receivers. I mean, it's going to look like that. You know, the main thing is just get in there, watch film, see what you done wrong, be coachable. You have an NFL guy back there coaching you that's got so much experience. Like, just listen and learn and just keep getting better each week. Like you said, I think we all agree everything is fixable. Just how long is it going to take for them, the speed to catch up, the physicality, the mental toughness, you know, because we got a lot of guys playing both ways. Like you at some point you have to fight that adversity of being tired and go out there and put your hand in the dirt and get after it. You know, you rest on the sideline. Especially those guys that play D-line, O-line. They're going to have to really lock in and during the week go hard every play, build that stamina up to be able to do that throughout the season, and that'll be a big thing for us. But like I said, everything's fixable. I think we'll be fine. Just God, the staying healthy thing is that's the biggest thing. You lose Kale, that, like I said, that's a weapon. And then Caleb, he's starting both ways. So now, that's where Kentrell had to go in. And then, Gowan didn't play this week, so we were limited at corner. So we're having to shuffle guys around and all that. So, but we'll be all right, man. Like I said, we just played one of the, in my opinion, the best quarterback any Mexia team's ever played. So, I mean, and he's one of the top in that class of 2027. So, I mean, you start off the season with the big dogs, and you got plenty of film to learn from, especially in that secondary, because they were throwing it all over the place. So
like you said, it's a lot of fixable stuff, and that comes with experience, that comes with maturity at the varsity level. I'm still optimistic of what this season can be for the Black Cats. I forgot to mention it earlier. One of the things I was actually impressed with defensively was our ability to stop the run. Other than the Bryant scrambles. Yeah. As far as them trying to run the ball in between the tackles on us, I feel like we handled that well. Right. That was one of my big questions in these scrimmages is how are we going to look defending the run? And I feel like we checked the box on that one. Yeah. They had a couple here and there, but for the most part, they really couldn't run the ball like they wanted to. Yeah. It was all, like I said, Kavion Bryant show, and it's not a whole lot to do because I mean I don't know what his passing percentage was, but I mean there's a lot of incompletions, but you throw enough of them with him, he's going to connect eventually. Yeah. So there's only so much you can do.
My biggest thing about the game, the positive was that we played hard. Like, we played hard from the start of the game to the end. The kids got after it, and that's all you can ask. Like, that's the biggest thing. Play hard, bust your ass for the 4 quarters, and then whatever happens at the end you live with, which was not in our favor this week. But as long as the kids will play like that every week, they're going to get better. They're going to get more experience every week. And what we're doing, too, is we're slowly building depth. So as we get the district, we've got guys that's played, and our non-district schedule is brutal. So we're going to, this team that's coming into Mexia Friday night, they're going to be able to throw the football like they want to and all that. That's what they do. And they're going to run it some, but they're going to throw the football too. So that secondary is going to get even more experience. So that was my biggest thing, though, is we really, the score is what it was, but we really, really played hard Friday night. And that was a positive for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Man, looking into this week, we got Fairfield coming to town. Very similar in what they do, like you said, they're going to be able to throw the ball. That's kind of what they want to do. You got the Collins kid at quarterback, but he has the big arm, able to throw it around the field. He loves throwing it to the Finn Smith kid. I think he was 1,000-yard receiver last year. Yeah. So that's their big target. So like you said, it's each week I think the secondary is going to get better, defense can get better. Everybody's going to get better each week. Yeah. But specifically that secondary, just these first 2 weeks, they're seeing.
Tie your shoes up.
Yeah. They're seeing a good look.
Yeah. And I think this week too, I honestly, if we get the pressure on Collins like we did Bryant, we'll be able to bring him down a little more. I mean, not that kid is athletic too. That's not what I'm saying that he's not. But he's not Kavion Bryant. So I think we'll be able to get a little pressure on him and get after him a little bit, and hopefully he'll make a couple bad throws and all that. But they're going to complete some passes, and we're going to probably have some busts and all that. Just keep playing hard and get after it. That's the main thing.
For sure. I mean, the way I like scrimmages, like they are where they are, but we're to the point we're in week 1 now, or we're past week 1 now, and now we really get to see, all right, what do we need to clean up? What do we need to fix? Because like scrimmages don't always, I guess, show you that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like you finally get a real game under your belt, especially with all these young guys, and you kind of see, all right, what are we struggling with? Well, there is no way faster to find that out when you play a team like Westwood that can expose you in a few different ways. So, I mean, like people say, like when you lose, like you probably learn more from losing than you do winning. So,
yeah, that's no doubt about that.
Yeah, winning can hide things.
Yeah. So let's talk more about this week 2 opponent, big time rival Fairfield Eagles coming to town. What are some things that you are looking towards to coming this Friday?
Well, I'd like to see us just keep playing hard. Like Wes touched on, these guys, they're going to throw it around. That's what they want to do. You got to, if you're in that secondary, you got to stay focused. You got to stay locked in, keep your eyes where they need to be. Hopefully we can limit the big passes this week. That's, I think that's key. If we can limit the big pass plays and just kind of get some pressure on the quarterback, I think we'll be all right. It's going to be tough to do, honestly. It's a really good Fairfield team coming in this year. It's not the same Fairfield we saw last year. They last year we played them. They didn't really want to pass it around as much as they do now, but it's known now that that's what they're going to try to do. So the secondary is going to be tested, like you said. It's a good chance for them to kind of redeem themselves from last week. Just show some improvements when it comes to that. It's one of the bigger rivalry games in our area, so it's a game that you don't really need any motivation or anything to really get excited and up for.
Yeah.
So hopefully after a loss like we just had, being able to play a rivalry the next week, hopefully that keeps spirits high. It keeps everybody motivated.
Yeah.
Keeps everybody confident and locked in. And offensively for us, I don't know if Kel's playing or not. But if he's not, just who's going to be the one to step up and kind of take that role of what he was going to be for us.
Yeah.
Because obviously we want Top to be the guy. I think he still will be. Like we said, there's some mistakes that we can clean up on the O-line, just blocking assignments and stuff that would really help that out, make our offense just go that much better. And that's kind of the things I'm looking to see this week. Is just I know for me as a fan, like I don't really, when you're watching the game as a fan in the stands, you don't really hone in on the O-line of like, okay, let me watch these guys and okay, he missed him, I'm more the person, I'm just watching where the ball goes and
right.
But when you, after this game, win or lose, when you go and watch the film on it, do those mistakes get better?
Right.
Is it less than it was week 1?
Right.
If so, that's great.
Yeah.
That's improvement. That's what you want to see. Like I said, win or lose, you just want to see improvement of these young kids just knowing their assignments and just keep playing hard.
Yeah. That's my thing too. Just get better every week. I'd like to see us clean up the mental mistakes. Talking with Landry in case, after the game Friday, we had a lot of mental mistakes, like a lot of, missed assignments and all that. Clean that up. I'd like to see us tackle better, especially in space,
There ain't much you can do about some of that last week.
Yeah, not necessarily. I mean, not necessarily Bryant either. We missed some.
Yeah, we did.
Just being better and reading our keys on defense, knowing who we have, stuff like that. Just staying locked in mentally. I'd like to see that O-line get a lot better, get more physical, get more nasty. Like, those dudes are physical. They're big dudes. Like, and I've seen them get grimy. So lock in and do that. You should not want to get your ass whooped every play. You know what I mean? Like, that should tee you off to where, like, all right, I've had enough. Here we go. But yeah, just and goddamn, stay healthy this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. Normally I allow myself one or two, but we have got to stay healthy. Like, we can't take much more.
No, it's frustrating, man.
Yeah,
as far as
yeah.
a first game of the season,
Yeah.
when it comes to health, that's about as
Yeah.
worse as it could have went for us.
Yeah, and I'm knock on wood. Where's some wood? But yeah, just clean some stuff up. Like I said, I just want to see us get better every week and grow. That way, when we get the district, we'll be fine. And I've said it. Fairfield is going to win that district. I believe it. Can't nobody change my mind about it. And I'll get to see them this week and how they look against us. And until something changes my mind, that Fairfield is really good. And the thing about them that I feel like, and I hadn't watched much film on them yet, I will next couple of days. I would almost bet they're bigger up front. They're more physical. They're more disciplined. So they're not going to make those mistakes and all that like Westwood did. Westwood's quarterback masked a lot of their issues.
Offensively, at least.
Yeah, offensively. So we're going to have to really get after it. I don't know what Fairfield. I know they have a bunch of seniors that start in their secondary or on their defense, so they're probably really good on that side of the ball too.
10 of them.
Yeah. So they have experience. They're going to be a really good secondary. We got to just clean up the mental stuff and go out there and play smart, play fast, play physical, and we'll be all right.
Yeah, for sure. Man, the way I look at it, like looking at Fairfield, they're still very similar to how they were last year. But again, like they're a year older, so they're more experienced. But there's some things that they do that we can still take advantage of. But like you said, like the biggest thing is cleaning stuff up front with our O-line, tight ends, running backs, all that stuff. Like if we can get back to what we do and doing it well,
Yeah.
I like our chances against anybody. But but it's week one.
Yeah,
It was week one.
Let's not overreact. Let's like I said, we're a young football team. This year kind of reminds me of of Abram's year. Week one, we get beat. We're with a bunch of new stuff and. Everybody's overreacting. Like, we want a district title that year. So let's be calm. Let's see how these guys develop. And now we get to week 5 and week 6, and we're still looking like we're going okay. Then we can kind of start. I don't know, but for now, let's just relax and keep getting better each week and all that.
Westwood put up 70 on us last year.
Yeah,
week 1, and then we're week 10, week 11 in defensive battles and winning games 17-10 and 23-16. So
coming out of district champs.
Yeah.
A lot of people did. They wouldn't expect that after week 1 last season.
No.
One thing I want to see this week. I feel like last week we looked fine offensively as far as driving the ball. But it just always seems to stall
there'd be one play. There'd be one play. Like it would be, we're good. One play, we're bad. Good. Bad play happens.
Or get a penalty.
Yes, whether it was a penalty or just kind of,
I'd like to see us clean that up too. We had too many personal fouls Friday night. Now whether they were bogus or not, like some were questionable. Let's clean that up. Like,
and that comes.
You get Brian an extra 15 yards. Jesus, he's already.
He had 30. He got an extra 30 on that play.
So I mean. Like, let's clean that up a little bit.
Says the refs helped him out on that touchdown. I don't care.
Yeah, we had that.
We were on them.
We were driving early and we got to delay a game. And I honestly, I noticed it the rest of the game, but I didn't see the ref put his hand up and signaled that the clock was winding down. And I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention at that point. And then after that, I was locked in on that as like it seemed like the play would take a while to come in.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the ref. But at the same time. Would Aiden even know that because he's inexperienced at quarterback back there with that? You know what I mean? So, that really I thought hurt that first drive because we had some momentum going and all that. Then bang, 10 yards. You know, so and the way we were playing Friday, we're not a team that can give up yards. We got to keep getting positive because we get ourselves in 3rd and long, and it's, you know, with the time Aiden had to throw it, it's kind of difficult. So and it makes it difficult on y'all calling plays. So, you know, we'll see. I'd like to see this week too. Another thing, like the short passing game, maybe we can get that going a little more to open up, get that box open a little more from top and all that. Make the linebackers be on their heels and all that. But I trust you guys and all that y'all are going to figure it out. But you know, we're young everywhere. You know, new OC, he's got to figure it out, and the kids got to figure it out, and it'll all come together how it's supposed to. We just, like I said, got to each week get better each week. You know, learn what we're good at, find our identity, and stay healthy.
Yep.
You know, like you said, you build a game plan and you lose a big part of that game plan in early in the first quarter. You know, so I mean that's tough on you right there. You know, so and then the O-line, you know, the struggles they had mentally. You know, that didn't, you know, it just compounded all into one big thing. So, but we'll be fine, I think.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. You know, to the people listening or people that watch this, man, don't check out on this team. You know, this season's not over by any means. Just use last year as a perfect example. You know, we keep talking about last year. You know, but we've seen it before.
Well, that's what we're building on.
Yeah, you know, week one didn't go as you planned, but like we said, a lot of these things are fixable. These players, they should get better with you know, the weeks as they go on. You know, it's just we talked about it, growing pains.
Yep.
Don't check out on them. You know, it's still a big game to come out with or come out for this week.
For sure.
Come out and watch, pack the stands. You know, I mean, it's Fairfield. Like, you know, there's nothing else to be said about it. Like, you should want to come to this game.
Nah, you're right.
Yeah, and I mean, just for the kids too. Like, you know, they want to come play in front of a whole bunch of people here at their.
They feed off of it.
Yeah, especially the home opener.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't check out on them. Like, you know, I know we're not. You know, like we talked about, we see a lot of positives, even in a big loss like that. You can maybe that's just the optimist in us, but I don't know. Yeah. I saw a lot of things that you can still be excited for, and that you can still be confident of okay, hey, that looked good. That's, you know, that might be something that gets better as we go on. It's going to be something we can use.
And I thought today, just, you know, first day back practicing, like coaches were like the energy was still there. Like you would have thought we won Friday night with how energetic practice was. Coaches were getting after kids. Kids were getting after it. Like there wasn't a lot of like butt chewing and all that. It was a lot of like just getting after it, and so you could tell the motivation's still there and all that. And like I said, we've moved on to this week. So if we can just keep doing that, and we'll be fine. Yeah, come out, support the kids, come to the game, and enjoy some Black Cat football. It's gonna be a really good game.
For sure, man. Like always looking forward to playing our local rivals. Like it brings out the best in, you know, the community that we're playing, whether it be Fairfield, Tig, or Groesbeck. So, man, a lot to look forward to. The Black Cats will host Fairfield on Friday at Black Cat Field, 7 o'clock kickoff.
7 o'clock.
Yep. Make sure you remember that. It was suddenly changed to 7:30 last week. So.
Man, that's going to take some getting used to. 7 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, 7 sounds weird.
All right.
It does. But that's the thing now, so.
Well, the good thing is it's not supposed to be super hot Friday, so.
Yeah.
Great. Just jinxed it.
Yeah. Boy.
Texas is bound to happen.
Man, it was humid over there in Westwood.
That was one of the worst humid days I've ever.
And the temp was only like 85, 86, but my God, it was.
Yeah. Man, I'd
rather it had been 100.
Just glad we didn't have no weather delays like it was looking like.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Looking at our local teams, DeLeo, you got our scores for us from week 1?
I do. And we are going to go ahead and start it off with the Rogers and Groesbeck game. Rogers took down the Goats 38-21. You know, as you can remember last episode, it's a Groesbeck team that we said we think was going to struggle this year, kind of, especially early, and you know that's actually closer than I thought it would be. But You know, that's kind of one I think we picked that one, didn't we?
Yeah, we all picked Rogers.
You know, that's one. You know, we kind of saw that coming. The Tig Lions took down the New Waverly Bulldogs 39-7. That's a game I was keeping track of during our game on the app. It seemed like it was a slow start for Tig. I want to say at halftime it was 15-7, something like that. And you know, obviously it looks like they got some things figured out in that second half and really pulled away from them. You know, just you can't really base stuff off scores, but just off that score, I'm going to base it anyways. It looks like Tig's going to be pretty solid this year. You know, kind of as we expected. Once again, you know, they're always a tough team to deal with. And
the identity of their head coach. That's what they are, tough, hard-nosed dudes.
And then another local team, you had Valley Mills take down the Wortham Bulldogs 39-0. And
Scott wasn't lying.
Yeah, if you watched the last episode, Scott Batts is in here. He said he thinks this is going to be a Wortham team that was really going to struggle as well. And, you know, that looks like the case.
You know, it's funny. Nobody from Wortham called Scott or us out on our opinions about Wortham.
No, but, you know, we had some.
But we make some solid opinions, and it's opinions. We made an opinion about what we think your football team is going to be, and we made some people mad. And if their kids want to use that as motivation and watch our show, great. Our numbers are going to go up because of it.
Love our fans.
But, you know, to say we're this and that, we picked the same thing Dave Kimball did. I didn't see him talking about Tepper and all them.
Grosbeck last.
Yeah, Grosbeck's picked last.
You know what I mean? So, like, you're mad at us.
Yeah, we don't know what we're talking about.
I would not be mad if anybody came in and said the same thing we said about Mejia. We're inexperienced. We're young coaching staff. We're going to struggle a little bit early. I don't care. I'm still going to pick Mejia to win every week. That's the thing I'm going to do. But you're taking shots at us on Facebook. Next time, comment on the post so we can have a nice little thread on the post.
Or make your post public.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't mind it. That you think we're wrong, prove it. Obviously, you did in week 1. Yeah. But nobody said anything about the kids or anything. I got friends that have kids on those teams. And I hope they have great seasons. I don't think they're going to win many games, though.
Yeah, we didn't say they were going 0-10 or anything. We just said they were going to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, but like for you to get mad because of our opinion, change it.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, we're not doing this to bash on anybody's
kids. Like, this is just fun. You know what?
Not what we do.
You know what? Make your own podcast and say Mejia's going to go 0-10 or we're not going to be very good.
Yeah.
But next time, comment on the post. We'll have the conversation. I don't mind.
Yeah, and the whole thing about being biased. Like
I am biased. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not. I am.
Yeah,
but I'm also realistic. I literally sat here and said everything of one of our problems from Friday night.
Yep.
I'm not biased. I didn't say we had a great O-line game or we didn't.
But even the take about Grosbeck, I don't think it was a biased one. I think it was a very factual opinion of, hey, you have a new head coach. You lost 2 really, really, really good players.
One of them they said was irrelevant.
Yeah, one of them said that was irrelevant.
A 4-star wide receiver in a 3A program is irrelevant.
It's 100 times worse than anything we said.
Yeah, and that's your own.
And that kid you just bashed your own kid.
And that kid it walks the hedge right now and had a great game Friday night.
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything wrong. Nobody did. The Hall kid is one of the only ones that's really touched the ball. He's a pretty good running back. Nobody else really had got touches for them.
No.
Nobody said. I don't get the issue is where my hand. We said it. That's the issue.
That is the issue.
That's all it is.
Like, if somebody said what they said about us, I would. If it's right and you're not bashing any of our kids, then hey, that's your opinion and that's fine. Next time, comment on our post.
Just say
we appreciate the views though. Like, hey, thank y'all. We appreciate it.
Glad. Hey, now we know we have some viewers in Grosbeck.
Hey.
We know we got some viewers in other places, but hey, keep watching.
Man, like, you know, sorry you got butt hurt.
You know what they say, bad press is good press.
Yeah.
We made it.
Hey, we're big time boys.
We got our first haters.
Yeah. Hey, make your own podcast and talk about us. That's fine. Like, hey, nobody bashed your kids.
Man, I love arguing, so if you they want to come comment or whatever, call into us, like whatever. Like
I talked at the baseball game. I talked to the Grosbeck head coach for about 20 minutes and in between games. Seems like a great dude. I mean, he's first year head coach. Lost his 2 best players. It is what it is. If that motivates them, great. Didn't motivate them Friday night, I don't guess. But maybe it's just to get up against us. I don't know. Maybe they'll have more luck this week. I don't know. I'm sorry those guys got – you know what? No, I'm not sorry those guys got butt hurt.
No, I mean, I'm not going to apologize for hurting a grown man's
Let's be for real,
feelings,
man. Like,
so.
we gave an honest opinion about a game or a season. I mean, and one of them's not even a Mejia nobody. He's a Wortham nobody. Let's get that clarified. He's a Wortham nobody.
But we're Mejia nobody. So.
Yeah.
No, Scott's from Mejia now to me.
Let's just cut the shit, all right?
Oh, man. All right, getting back to it.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Got a little off track there, Bubba.
Obviously, we talked about our game. Black Cats fell to Westwood 54-14. A district mate of ours, the Whitney Wildcats, they took down a Mark Panthers team 63-34.
Those dudes are electric on offense.
Yeah, that that I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that score. Scott came in here last week. He said he thinks it's a Mark team that's not going to be the Mark teams you've seen in the past. So it's still kind of how good is Whitney going to be this year? You know,
I think they'll still have some deficiencies on defense. Honestly, but they got time to fix that stuff.
Yeah, I'm expecting nothing less than a solid.
I think Whitney was kind of their version of what we hope we're not this year. Like injuries last year kind of got them a little bit.
Yeah,
and I think they built a little depth off of those young guys playing a lot last year. So,
and then we got the Fairfield Eagles took on another district mate of ours, the Maypro Panthers. They beat them 51-13. You know, like we said, buckle up, get ready for next week for these Fairfield Eagles coming in.
Was Grandview and Whitney the only winners of our district? Because West lost.
West lost.
What is ruining it, Wes?
My fault, brother.
Nah, let's see. Another team, kind of local. We went and saw them scrimmage Westwood. The Franklin Lions lost to the China Spring Cougars 42-28.
That was shocking.
I heard they had a crap ton of turnovers.
Really?
Like bad snap leading to fumbles. They had interception. Like
they had an interception.
They did throw the ball.
Hey, I seen the clip on Facebook of them throwing for a touchdown.
Really?
They do throw the ball in Franklin, Texas.
Oh, man.
Ain't your normal slot team.
It's like a trick play for them, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
he passed it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the scores that kind of shocked me a little bit, but I think I mentioned it before. I think China Spring was going to be better this year. It's not a team that stays down long.
Yeah, it's a good program.
Another district mate of ours, the Grandview Zebras. This one kind of shocked me a little bit too. They took down Glenrose 28-14.
It's a really good football team over there.
It is.
It's a really good football team.
A lot of people have them.
Just your unbiased opinion.
A lot of people have them picked first to win district. You know, after week 1, can't really argue against that. That's a big time win. I believe Glenrose is ranked in the top 15 in 4A. You know, that game looks a whole lot tougher.
That's a good win.
And then another district mate of ours, the West Trojans, they fell to the Robinson Rockets 35-7.
Hey, do not be surprised if Robinson don't make a run at that thing this year.
I think it's between them and La Vega for that district over there in Waco.
They got some dudes, man. Like they got some. Their quarterback is the real deal.
Like you put up 35, like against a West defense, that to me is really, really good. Like
brought back a lot.
Brought back 10.
Yeah,
like
it's pretty impressive.
I mean, yeah, when you put up 35 against them, like you got something.
That's unbiased.
And then we'll touch on some week 2 matchups here for our local teams. You got the Whitney Wildcats taking on the Benbrook Bobcats. You got the Tig Lions taking on a Toller Rattlers team that just played at the state final 2 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago. So that game intrigues me.
That's a trip for Tig, boy.
It's a trip for Tig. I mean, that's a long bus ride.
Last year, Toller beat Tig on a
field goal
to end the game, right? So that's.
I got Tig this year. I think Tig will take them.
I think Tig goes on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm getting pretty high on the Tig Lions. I bet they handle that one.
Yeah.
And you know, we're not really doing a pick 'em, but that's just my opinion right now.
Lame.
Lame.
You got the matchup here, Fairfield Eagles right here, Black Cat Field. The Wortham Bulldogs are going to take on the Rio Vista Eagles.
It's another tough opponent for them.
Yep, that one's going to be in Wortham, behind the walls. Grandview is going on the road to Eagle Mountain.
That'd be
Eagle Mountain will be a big 5A, maybe 6A come realignment.
Think so?
That'd be a big 5A, I think.
That place up there, we played basketball up there at the Whataburger Classic or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, that's right.
It's out literally in the middle of nowhere. Like it's a bunch of subdivisions they built up, and like you go over this railroad track, and it's nothing but like pasture and grass and stuff, and then there's just this massive stadium sitting in the middle of it. I mean, it's a huge stadium. It's a huge high school. Like it looks like a college campus. So I would bet they're big 5A next realignment, playing 2A, 3A schedule this year.
In the district mate of ours, West Trojans will be on the road at Addison Trinity Christian.
Private school.
Then to round off our local teams, you got the McGregor Bulldogs going to the Palace to take on the Groesbeck Goats.
I guess I better not pick McGregor.
Might hurt some feelings if he did. You know, I'm going to go ahead and pick McGregor because I think McGregor gets the job done on the road. That's my fully unbiased opinion who wins that game. But, you know, what do I
I'm
know?
just going to leave it alone.
I'm a nobody.
Dang.
We're all nobodies.
Nobody.
Yep. I mean, is there... So you said, who did Maypearl have this week?
Maypearl this week, they will take
Trying to remember
on,
who they have.
The
let's
Pearl.
see,
The Dirty Pearl.
the Maypearl
Oh, my
Panthers.
God.
They take on the Mart Panthers at home.
Oh.
So, hey, that's back-to-back district mates playing the Mart Panthers. I guess we'll kind of help see how things look, I guess.
Man, like I watched Fairfield and Maypearl. Like, Maypearl's a team that's struggling too. Like, which they lost more than we did.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. We, Maypearl's saying, we all struggle too, buddy. So.
Well, that's why I said Maypearl is struggling too. So that's why I said that.
Yeah, no. I hope our district fares better this week than last week. So.
Well, like, what's weird, like when I was looking at PC and Prep, like they did their like season outlooks, like they're not too high on like our district.
Yeah.
Like they had Grandview winning it, but like going 6-4 on the season. They had, I think, Whitney going 5-5, West 6-4. I think then it was us at like 3-7.
Yeah.
Like,
Would they have them boys down the river going?
I think they had them at 2-8.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know.
And then to kind of go over our week one picks we did, you had Dallas Jesuit at Hebron.
Go Hogs, baby. Bring the
Hebron ended up winning
wood.
that game. And I'm pretty sure we all picked the exact
The same.
way, right?
I look at this one. We had the exact same record.
Yeah, so nobody's going to gain any ground on anybody this week. You had Denton Geyer taking on Aledo. Aledo won that game. Waxahachie taking on Ennis. Waxahachie won that game. Carthage at Kilgore. Carthage pulled away with that one. Cuero at Columbus. Cuero took down Columbus. Glen Rose at Grandview. Grandview won. China Spring at Franklin. Well, y'all got that one wrong. Robinson at West. Robinson won. Valley Mills took down Wortham. Rogers over Groesbeck. Fairfield over Maypearl. Tig over New Waverly. Westwood over Mahale.
You got that one wrong.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to get it wrong every week if we don't win, because guess what? I'm going to pick us every week.
So no pick 'em this week, Leo.
I guess not. It's Labor Day. Got a little tied up.
Yeah.
Nah, maybe we can come up with one before the weekends, post it on the page or something with our picks.
Yeah. Great. That's all we need is our picks posted everywhere.
Yeah.
Might hurt some feelings.
Hey,
$20, I'll pick them to win.
apparently we're idiots. I don't care.
Yeah.
We can post
A little fun.
Yeah, have
A little
something
fun.
to keep track of. See who can win the
Appreciate
regular
it.
season.
Appreciate y'all listening, though.
Maybe a little show punishment for the loser. Kind of talked about that a little. I
Yep.
don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, man, I think that does it for week 1 of the Texas high school football season. Like we said, a lot to improve upon for the Black Cats. A lot of good things that came out of it. Just love seeing those young guys fly around, get after it, get some experience. But now we look towards to week 2 with the Fairfield Eagles coming home on Friday, 7:00 kick once again. Make sure I come out and support those guys. Man, anything else from y'all?
I think that's about it, man. Just like I said, continue to support, man. Those guys feed off that. Like I said, we're a young football team. We're gonna figure it out. Coaches are gonna figure it out. And they, like I said, today was really, really good to see that. Because in the past, we get blew out. Kids would tend to shut down a little bit. That wasn't the case today. The energy was there. The coaching was there. Like it's going to pay off in the long run. So just keep supporting.
And man, one thing, if you see Caleb Molina out and about, man, pretty brutal injury last Friday. Season-ending injury. That's a senior. If you see him around town or at school or whatever, just show him some love. That's a tough thing to deal with your senior year, being done after your first game.
Yeah.
I can remember my senior year in baseball, halfway through the season, I broke my ankle.
Mm-hmm.
My career, ended way sooner than I had hoped.
Yeah.
So I really felt for him because you could see it in that moment, the type of injury it was, the type of tackle it was.
Yeah.
So just, like we said, prayers for him. Hope he has a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
If you see him, man, just show him some love. That's a tough thing to deal with. I feel terrible for the kid, man.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. Like, just to touch on that real quick, that I tell my son and a lot of those other kids that I'm really close with, you got to play, every moment like it's the last, because you never know when it's going to end for you. And sadly, and unfortunate for Caleb, his career came to an end Friday night, and it sucks. But that's the thing, man. Like you've got to go out there and give it your all every snap, every moment, every practice rep, because it could end just like that, And like DeLeo said, man, show him some love. Keep his brother, Caden, pick him up. You see his mom and all them, love on them. Just keep praying for him, man, because that's a suck thing to happen, man, to a good kid.
Yeah, for sure, man. He'll continue praying for him for a speedy recovery. Man. Still excited. It's week. We're moving on to week 2.
Yeah, we're here, baby.
Another opportunity to get to get better, to get a win. It's a good rival. So again, make sure you are there on Friday. Make sure you are continuing to share, like everything we post on Facebook, liking the videos itself on YouTube, liking, commenting on TikTok, all those things. Again, like Wes said at the other show, man, we appreciate y'all watching, whether you agree with us, don't agree with us, hate what we say, like what we say, whatever it is, we appreciate it.
I'll take some hate watch.
Yeah,
I like to do some hate watching myself on some certain teams and stuff. So
love it, man.
It is what it is.
Yep. So, but as always, I'm Landry.
DeLeo.
I'm Wes.
And this is the Water Tower Podcast.
Out of here.